Leader 9, Kristin, go.
The GHSA took action this week, creating new rules for summer football practices after a University of Georgia study found that the state had more football-related deaths than any in the country. The biggest rule, no 3-a-days. Also, teams cannot have 2-a-days on back-to-back days. We'll have no more than 5 total hours of practices per day and no more than 3 hours a day in full pads. Before players can even put on the pads, they must have 5 practices of helmets and shorts only, and any coaches who violate these new rules can be fined up to $1,000. And Auburn doing their best to protect their players from the heat. They'll be practicing bright and early this spring. First spring practice is Friday at 8:30 a.m. Central. Starting Monday, the Tigers will practice 4 times a week up until A-Day on April 14th. Former UGA football player Hines Ward announced his retirement today. The Steelers wide receiver said although he still wants to play football, he can't imagine playing for anyone other than the Steelers, who released him 3 weeks ago to make room under the salary cap. A very emotional Ward said his decision is his way of supporting the Steelers fans who've supported him.
Without the support over the past 14 years, this game wouldn't mean the same to me. Wouldn't be as fun for me. You guys meant the world to me.
Stop them.
Ward holds every significant Steelers receiving record, including receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns. His 1,000 career catches ranked 8th all-time, and he's one of only 2 players with at least 1,000 receptions and 2 Super Bowl rings. And the Peyton Manning deal is officially done. The Broncos have agreed to pay Manning $96 million over 5 years. Here's how it breaks down. $18 million this season. He'll then have a physical 10 days before the 2013 season. If he passes, he'll make $20 million in 2013 and 2014, $19 million in 2015 and 2016. If Manning re-injures his neck at any time after the start of the 2013 season, the Broncos will not have to pay him for the following season. And we're in the final stretch of the SPHL regular season, and the Snakes currently sit in 2nd place. But holding on to 2nd is going to be a challenge, as the Snakes have 2 of their final 3 games on the road. They'll go to Tennessee for a game with the Ice Bears on Thursday, then to Arkansas to face the Fire Ants Friday before returning home Saturday. Now, this is nothing new for the Snakes. Last week, all 3 games were away from Columbus, and the Cottonmouths took 2 of 3.
It's a tough way to finish it off, but you know, it actually does a good job of preparing us mentally and physically for playoffs as well, because we know we're going to have to win some tough games, which might be at home, but in all likelihood we're probably going to be finishing up on the road. So it's good for us to kind of get together as a team and really grind out this last stretch.
You know, so it's good for us, I think, a little team building, you know, get away from home a little bit, get on the road and just be together with the guys. So I think it's a good way to finish up for us, and then our last game at home.
Snakes return to the pit Saturday against the first place Augusta Riverhawks. Moving to baseball, CVCC looking to chalk up a win against Marion Military. Bottom of the 2nd, Pirates down 1-0. Josh Sanders takes care of that. The flare over second base falls in for a single. Kendall Brinson scores. It's 1-all. Top 3, a little bit of defense. Matt Bowers with a 2-out liner to the gap, and J.D. Perry with the diving catch to end the inning. Top 4 now, Marion strung together some hits. Tyler Jarvis with a rip to right over the head of Martin Castro for a double. David Perez scored the first of 3 Tiger runs, but no matter, CB comes back to win 11-5. So a good win for them. We've also got the annual Georgia Tech rivalry baseball game tonight, and it's actually on TV. You can watch it on CSS coming up here at 7.
Oh, nice weather out there for all this baseball.
Great baseball weather. We've also got Auburn Smiths going on right now. We'll have those highlights at 11 as well.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, ma'am.